And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage of Saguaro SaberCats varsity baseball. First round of the Division II baseball state playoffs, and the SaberCats earn a home game, and they face the Bradshaw Mountain Bears. For the SaberCats, they come in at 15-14 overall. They went 10-8 through PowerPoint ball games, and that was good enough for number 12 overall in Division II baseball. And as Brian Villagrand is the leadoff hitter, took the first one for a ball, fouls the next one back to the screen, and the count 1-1. Bradshaw Mountain, the number 21 seed, 20 wins on the season. They went 20-9, 13-5 through PowerPoint play, and a swing and a foul tip for a strike, and the count 1-2. And of course, these two teams met back on March 12th. In a invitational tournament ball game. There's a fly ball into shallow center field. Might be trouble here, but the center fielder Luke Eichste gets in to make the catch, and the leadoff hitter is retired for Bradshaw Mountain. So fly out begins the ball game, and the batter will be Brody Clifford. And by the way, that meeting on the 12th of March, Saguaro won that one 4-2. Villagrand, the second baseman. Brody Clifford batting second. The center fielder, Dallas Riggs, catches and hits third. The number 4 hitter is the first baseman, Christian McKay. Brent Gerbelbis is the third baseman. He bats fifth. And that's a line shot down the right side, but foul for strike one. The number 6 hitter is the designated hitter, Denny Bradley. Tony Penzel hit seventh and plays shortstop. Jeremy Moyer, the starting pitcher today for Bradshaw Mountain. He bats eighth. And DJ Irwin rounds out the order in left field. The defense for Saguaro, it's Michael Bloom in left field, Luke Eichste in center field, and JT Nettleton plays right. And get you the infield here after the one-strike pitch to Clifford. And it's a swing and a foul tip, and it's 0-2. Shane Stansbury starts at third base. Turner Lace is at shortstop. Ben Laguse is back at second base for Saguaro, and Matt Mara plays first. And Brett Adams catches Nick Maservi. And the 0-2 just off the outside corner with a fastball, 1-2. Winner of this game will advance to play in the second round of the Division II baseball state playoffs. That'll be on Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And they will face number 5 Sunny Slope. Ball bounced in there, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the SaberCats, with their win on Tuesday over Fountain Hills, that come from behind win as they scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th to win 5-4, bumped them up quite a bit. And got him up into the top 16, which gets him a home game, as we witness here today. A ground ball to second base. Lagusas throws to Mara, and Clifford is the second out. 2 down in the inning for Dallas Riggs.
Number 9, Dallas Riggs.
So Riggs will try to get things going for Bradshaw Mountain. The Bears come in on a pretty good tear. They've won 11 of their last 12 ball games. The first pitch is a fastball high for ball 1. Their only loss to Boulder Creek, that was a 1-run loss, 7-6. But 11-1 in their last 12, the 1-0 pitch. And that's fouled out of play, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. SaberCats break out their home whites, which you don't see very often. The 1-1 pitch. And a ground ball over to the left side. Stansbury gobbles it up, and he'll throw to first base, and that's in time. A nice, quick, quiet 3-up, 3-down inning for Bradshaw Mountain in the first. After a half inning of play, it's the Bears nothing, and Saguaro coming up. SaberCats set to go to work in the bottom of the first inning. Ben Lagusas leads off for the SaberCats, and the first pitch over the outside corner for strike 1. Jeremy Moyer gets the start today for Bradshaw Mountain. And a breaking ball, that's over for a strike, just under the hands there on the inside part of the plate, and it's 0-2. The line of the 2-strike pitch bounced in there for a ball, and it's 1-2. We're just a sophomore getting the start here in the first round state playoff game for the Bears. The 1-2. That's low for a ball, 2-2. So Lagusas leads off at second base. Turner Lace bats second to play shortstop. Brett Adams, the catcher, is third. Matt Mara plays first base and bats fourth. Michael Bloom in left field is the number 5 hitter. The 2-2 pitch. And a ground ball over to the right side. Going to be a foot race to the bag. And look, this is out by a half step at first base. So Moyer does his job after McKay fields the ground ball. Moyer gets over to cover the bag. And the leadoff hitter retired for Saguaro in the bottom of the first. Rest of the SaberCat order, then Shane Stansbury bats 6th at third base. Stephen Gifford, the DH, today batting 7th as he hits for the pitcher Nick Maservi. Luke Eichste bats 8th in center field. JT Nettleton, the right fielder, is 9th. Now Turner Lace. And Lace shortens to bunt, takes a breaking ball from Moyer high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Over the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-1. 1 out, base is empty. Bottom of the first inning, no score. And a breaking ball outside, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, 2-2.
Good pitch, JD.
Back to it, the 2-2. That's outside, 3-2. Yeah, Bradshaw Mountain went up and down in order in the top of the first inning. SaberCats had their leadoff hitter retired, and now the number 2 hitter with a 3-2 count. And Moyer's pitch. And a slow ground ball. That's going to be trouble here, and it's under the glove of the shortstop and into shallow left field, but Lace will stop at first base. That'll be an infield base hit. Even if Pins, the shortstop, gets that ground ball, I don't think he's got to play at first base. He knew he had to hurry to try to make a play and came in charging hard and did not pick up the ground ball cleanly. But figured once it got past the pitcher, there would be trouble, and it sure enough was. So now Brett Adams with Lace aboard at first base. Turner 6 steals. He's been caught 4 times. And Adams going after the first one. It's a fly ball into shallow center field. And that's playable out there, and the catch made for out number 2. With 2 away, then the batter will be Matt Mara for the SaberCats. The defense for the Bears, Irwin in left, Clifford in center, and Cody Sharp in right field. Elvis at third. Pins at short. Milligron, the second baseman, McKay at first, and Riggs catching Moyer. The look over in the pitch. And a breaking ball hit sharply on the ground. Pins a long way to his right. Throws. And they're going to say he's off. But no, plate umpire, or the base umpire rather, taking an extra look at it. That's Eddie Larma, the base umpire, took an extra look at it and took a little time before he punched out the runner at second base. So Lace is forced 6-4 as Mara bounces into the fielder's choice to end the first inning. No runs, a base hit, and 1 left after 1 inning of play. In the first round of the Division II Baseball State Playoffs, there's no score. Richie McKay will lead it off for Bradshaw Mountain here in the second inning, and Nick Maservi with his first pitch and a fastball high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That's off the outside corner, 2-0. Brent Belbus, Denny Bradley follow for the Bears in the second. And the 2-0 pitch. And a swing and a ball foul to the backstop, and it's 2-1. I mentioned Eddie Larma, the umpire on the bases. Tony Mercado calls balls and strikes today. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Pitch high for a ball, and it's 3-2. Nick Maservi 3-6 on the season with a save, making his 16th appearance of the year, and he's high for ball 4. So leadoff base runner for the Bears in the second inning, and the batter is Brent Belbus. But for Maservi, then
third baseman number 11, Brent Belbus.
50 in the third innings pitched, 48 hits allowed, 25 walks, 73 strikeouts. walk to begin the second, and the first pitch fouled out of play on the right side, and that's strike one. Always interesting to see these first-round matchups where you get teams from different areas playing together. As that ball fouled back and out of play, and it's 0-2. I mentioned these two teams met in an invitational tournament back in the Cleats Classic back on March 12th, but as far as their PowerPoint schedules, there's a chopper over the first base side and into right field, a base hit. Runner will try for third base as the throw comes to the middle of the infield. And Bradshaw Mountain in business in the second inning as they put runners at the corners. Well, tough situation there. First the walk to start the inning. But then that's a ground ball, but hits off the hard dirt in front of the plate and bounces over Matt Maris' head. Nothing he can do about it there at first base. And it's a good read for McKay to go from first to third base. And now the batter, Denny Bradley. And the first one to Bradley over for a strike. But other than the meeting then in the invitational tournament, the teams in different areas of the state, of course, with the Saguaro here at Scottsdale, Bradshaw Mountain from Prescott Valley. And so they just don't see very many common opponents, particularly in PowerPoint games, and so it's hard to judge teams, and it's the same all around the state. You know, a lot of Tucson teams in Division II baseball, so we don't know how they're going to set up. We know how they've done kind of against each other, and there's a swing and a miss and a big strikeout there to get Bradley for the first out. So Bradley strikes out. The batter is Tony Pins. And we'll get through the rest of the Division II baseball bracket here as we move along in this ball game. No score, top of the second inning. Bradshaw Mountain with runners at first and third and one away. And the first pitch fouled out of play, right side, and that's strike one. Pins back in there and ready, the number 7 hitter in the order. And he takes low for ball one. It's 1-1. The walk to McKay started the inning, and then Drabelbus on an 0-2 pitch hit a ground ball that hit the hard dirt in front of the plate, bounced over Maris' head at first base. The runner goes, and the ball fouled back. So probably a hit and run there. Drabelbus just 2 stolen bases on the season. Over the 1-2. And a breaking ball is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pins really chokes up on the bat there with the 2 strikes. Got almost a hand above the bat there, and that pitch is outside. 3-2. That one didn't miss by much. Now we'll see what Bradshaw Mountain does here with Drabelbus at first base. A 3-2 count with 1 out. And if they put him in motion, he does not go. And the 3-2 pitch is lined into center field. And that's down for the base hit. Not a base hit, though. It's going to be a fielder's choice now, as it turns out, because they forced the runner at second base. So McKay scores, and the Bears go on top 1-0. It's an RBI fielder's choice for Tony Pins, as Drabelbus is forced at second base. And so there's 2 away with Pins aboard at first. A run in for the Bears, and the batter is Jeremy Moyer. And Maservi with a pitch and a fastball. Boy, that one didn't miss by much, but called a ball. And that might have been that Adams came up out of the crouch early there thinking the runner might take off. And the plate umpire maybe didn't get a very good look at it. Now ball 1. And a swing and a miss. Going to throw down to first base. And safe at first the call. Close play down there, though. And the count goes to 1-1 on Jeremy Moyer. Penn's 3 stolen bases on the year. He's been caught twice. Here's Maservi working quickly with a 1-1 pitch. That's over for a strike, and the count 1-2. A run in for Bradshaw Mountain in the top of the second inning as the leadoff walk comes around to score. The 1-2 pitch and a breaking ball. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if Moyer could reach, then DJ Irwin, the number 9 hitter, would come to the plate for the Bears in the second inning. But Maservi would like to leave him in the on-deck circle and face him to begin the third. And a swing and a miss. That one up and out of the strike zone. But Maservi will take it. It's his second strikeout of the inning. But Nick gives up a run here in the second inning. Does it on just 1 base hit. It was the leadoff walk that came around to score. And 1 runner left on for Bradshaw Mountain after an inning and a half. It's the Bears 1 and the SaberCats nothing. Michael Bloom leads off for the SaberCats in the second inning, and he takes strike 1 from Jeremy Moyer. Moyer 3-0 on the season, a 3.13 earned run average, making his 6th appearance of the year. That one bounced in for a ball, 1-1. He's thrown 22 1/3 innings for the Bears, 20 hits allowed, 7 walks, 15 strikeouts. The 1-1 pitch. That's bounced in there, 2 balls and a strike. Shane Stansbury, Stephen Gifford to follow for the SaberCats in the second inning as they trail Bradshaw Mountain 1-0. First round of the Division II Baseball State Playoffs. Again, the winner will advance to face Sunny Slope on Tuesday. The 2-1 pitch. That's wow, over the outside corner near it anyway. That appeared to be outside. 2-2 the count, though. And Moyer to the line of the 2-2. And a ground ball down the third base side. Backhanded, picked up, and a throw to first base. And safe the call at first. It's a good effort there by the third baseman, Elvis, and just not able to get quite enough on the throw. Bloom beats it out. It's an infield base hit. And the SaberCats have the leadoff hitter on here in the bottom of the second inning. SaberCats trailing 1-0, and now we'll see what they do with the leadoff hitter aboard. Stansbury at the plate, so it wouldn't be a surprise at all here to see him turn around to square up. He does, and he gets the bunt down. Good bunt on the first base side. That'll get the runner up to a second, and a bad throw will pull the first baseman off the bag. And now the SaberCats in business here as Moyer maybe had a little too much time to think about it there. It'll go as a sacrifice and an E1 as Bloom goes to second and Stansbury aboard at first base. And nobody out for the SaberCats. The batter, Stephen Gifford, the DH today. And now you're kind of in a position, if you're Saguaro head coach Ryan Dyer, you want to pick which guy you want to have the chance of driving the runs. Do you have Gifford bunt here, or do you let him swing away? He's showing bunt early. And he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Well, Bloom's got to be careful out there at second as Penn snuck in behind him there. Got to watch out for a throwback down to second base. And the crowd goes quiet. Tense moment here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 our score, and Penn steps off. And now that'll send Riggs, the catcher, out to talk to Moyer. I said Penn's, but Moyer, the pitcher, steps off. So 2 aboard and nobody out, bottom of the second inning, and the SaberCats trailing the Bears 1-0. And ready to go here is Moyer looking in and Riggs through the signs. Gifford going to square early again and takes outside, and it's ball 2. Now 2-0. Well, you might as well leave it on here, even if you decide to kind of change your mind. See if Moyer will put one down the middle. 2-0 on Gifford. He'll get turned around early again, bunt it down the third base line, but he bunts it foul. Well, that's the idea there. You want to get that third baseman to field the bunt. And try to get the runners to second and third. And that's what I was talking about, that you're deciding which guy you're going to let try to knock the runs in. If Gifford bunts and bunts successfully, the SaberCats get runners to second and third, and then it's up to the 8 and 9 hitters to try to bring them in. The 2-1 pitch. And that's up for a ball, 3-1. Gifford back in and ready. Lefty versus lefty here in the second inning with 2 aboard and nobody out. SaberCats down 1-0. Boyer and Riggs trying to get together here as Gifford squares very early here. And he bunts it foul. And the count 3-2. So he had a couple of pitches to bunt there, not able to get either one down. And now he's going to have to swing away here on 3-2. Boyer looking back to second base, the 3-2 pitch. And it's fouled back and out of play. And we stay 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bears got their run at the top of the second inning after a leadoff walk. And a base hit moved runners to first and second. Actually, a first and third. And another 3-2. And another one fouled out of play. Well, it kind of turns into a little bit of a trade-off that you got a left-handed pitcher up there where you might be able to get a better jump and have Bloom take off from second base, but you got the left-handed hitter up there, so it's an easier throw for the catcher, Riggs. Another 3-2 and a hard ground ball. That's going to move the runners up. The ball knocked down, recovered, and thrown on to first base. And so, same result, takes a couple of extra pitches, but Gifford gets the job done by moving the runners up. He doesn't get credit for the sacrifice. It goes against the batting average on a ground out. But still the job is done as the SaberCats move another runner into scoring position as Bloom goes to third and Stansbury to second. Now 1 out of the inning, and the batter is Luke Eichste. And we'll see what the Bears want to do defensively here. They've got the corners up on the grass. The middle infielders playing back, so they'll concede a run if Eichste can hit a ground ball up the middle. And the first pitch, boy, going to give him that soft breaking ball near the outside corner. You know, that's a adjustment that the SaberCats will have to change or to make there. And those right-handed hitters try to drive that ball into right field. The 0-1. And a breaking ball. And that's high for a ball. 1-1. Second and third with 1 out. Bottom of the second inning. Here's the 1-1. And that's outside. Going to throw it back to third. And boy, Bloom would have been in trouble had that been a good throw. But Riggs a little bit off the mark. 2-1 now on Eichste. Boyer looking in, Riggs through the signs. Here comes the set and a 2-1 to Eichste. That's over for a strike, and it's 2-2. Boy, with 1 out, so many ways to get that run in, especially the way the defense is playing, as you would expect in the bottom of the second inning. Got to put the bat on the ball. The 2-2 pitch. And a line drive. That'll work. That's off the glove of the shortstop, and it's really going to work as the SaberCats run through a stop sign and out at the plate. Boy, oh boy. Coach Dyer had the hands up. Stansbury never slowed down going around third base. Ran right through the stop sign, and he's thrown out at the plate. SaberCats on the board, though, as they get even here in the bottom of the second inning as Bloom is in and then Stansbury thrown out. Not very often you see a relay throw from the shortstop to the middle of the infield and then to the catcher, but that's what happened there to throw out Stansbury. And then Eichste stays at first base, and now they're going to go out and check on one of the Bradshaw Mountain players. SaberCats have tied it here in the bottom of the second. It's 1-1. And ready to go now as we get back to play. 1-1 our score in the bottom of the second inning. Luke Eichste at first base with 2 outs in the inning. And here's Moyer ready. Oh, big jump. That's a balk. And everybody saw it, and it's called, and Eichste goes to second base. So that gets the runner to second base. And now a chance where a base hit could put Saguaro in front here as JT Nettleton's at the plate for the SaberCats. And the first pitch, boy, that's called a strike. If you get that call, if you're Moyer, a left-hander throwing to a right-handed hitter like that, if you get that call, you should throw every pitch there. Still somebody can put the bat on the ball. Instead, he goes back outside, and that's going to be a tougher play, and that's going to be another misplay for the Bradshaw Mountain Bears as Nettleton is aboard on an E5.
Now batting the second baseman, number 14.
So Eichste goes to third base, and Nettleton aboard at first. Second error of the inning for the Bears, and the batter will be Ben Lagusis. Ben batting .373 on the season with a double and 6 RBI. He grounded out his first time up. But to get that runner to third base, now a ball to the backstop could get him in to give Saguaro the lead. 1-1 our score, bottom of the second. Nettleton's going to go early, and that's going to get the run in. Boy, Bradshaw Mountain not ready for that at all, and we've seen that a couple of times, and that's going to prompt a timeout from Bradshaw Mountain's head coach, Andy Clifford. Not happy at all there. And that's a design play as Nettleton breaks early. And you force the pitcher and the infielders to make 2 good throws, either first to second to get the out or first to home. And they didn't do either one. McKay just held the ball, and Eichste scores to make it 2-1 Saguaro. And Lagusis with a swing and a miss. Now Nettleton at second base. Well, Lagusis, the leadoff hitter up there. You might see JT take off here, trying to put some more pressure on Bradshaw Mountain. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. Now on a 2-strike count, I think it really maybe take the chance and send him here if he can get a good lead out there at second base. And another time out called as Riggs is out to talk to Moyer again. Nothing in 2 on Lagusis. And a pitch over the outside corner as we get back to play there, and a strikeout ends the inning. But the SaberCats bounce back. They score a couple of runs in the bottom of the second inning. They do it on 2 base hits, 2 errors in the inning, and a runner left on base. After 2, it's the SaberCats 2 and the Bears 1. DJ Irwin, the leadoff hitter, 9-1-2 in the order for the Bears in the top of the third. And Irwin takes a strike from Nick Maservi. And a fly ball hit well down the left field line, but well foul. And the count goes to 0-2. Irwin leading it off for Bradshaw Mountain. Here in the top of the third inning as Maservi looks in. Now Nick to the wind, and time called. Adams going to set up off the outside corner, the 0-2 pitch. Foul back and out of play. And the count still 0-2. Still nothing in 2 on DJ Irwin. And Maservi. And a breaking ball. That one misses for a ball, and it's 1-2. As I mentioned, the winner of this game will face number 5 Sunny Slope on Tuesday over at Sunny Slope High School, 4 o'clock first pitch. And the 1-2 hit hard on the ground, but a one-hopper to Lagusis. He's got it on to Mara at first base. And the leadoff hitter put away in the top of the third inning. We go to the top of the order for Brian Villagran. A .385 hitter, 10 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. He's knocked in 17 on the season. And he'll bat with the bases empty and 1 out. Seton Catholic, the #1 seed in Division II baseball, as they finished a perfect 18-0 in PowerPoint ball games. They're the #1 seed, and they will await the winner as we get a fly ball out to shallow left center. Coming in, Bloom. He calls for it. And he's there to make the catch for out #2. And that'll bring up Brody Clifford. Listen to Clifford's numbers. Out of the #2 spot for Bradshaw Mountain, batting .435.
The center fielder, Brody Clifford.
But it just gets started there. 18 doubles, 7 triples, and 8 home runs. He's knocked in 50. So 33 extra base hits and 50 RBI. And the first pitch to him is high for ball 1. Anyway, the #1 Seton then will face the winner of #17 Kellis and #16 Canyon Del Oro. And of course, all first-round games starting at 11 o'clock today, all around the state. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. #24 Saguarito on the road in Peoria to take on #9 Sunrise Mountain. The winner of that game will face #8 Gila Ridge in Yuma. And that one fouled out of play, and it's 1-2. The other quarter of the bracket, including Bradshaw Mountain and Saguaro, as I mentioned, the winner faces #5 Sunny Slope. The other part, #20 Mojave at #13 Catalina Foothills. The winner of that game will face #4 Tucson Saguaro. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 3rd. And Maservi with a 1-2. Trying to go to the fastball there to get him to chase, and it's too high, and it's 2-2. Other side of the bracket, and maybe a pretty good first-round matchup. #19 Cactus Shadows on the road in Peoria to take on #14 Liberty. The winner of that game will face #3 Notre Dame. #22 Douglas and #11 Arcadia squaring off today. The winner will face Ironwood Ridge. And that ball slammed into center field. And Eichste can't get to it, and that's going to be extra bases. Clifford's going to take the turnaround second. He'll try for third base, and he'll be in with a 2-out triple. Triple #8 on the season. Maybe scored differently in the Saguaro dugout as Eichste got over close to it anyway. Got the glove down, but couldn't bring it in. And then had to hurry to get it back into the infield. So now the tying run at third base for Bradshaw Mountain with 2 outs, and the batter Dallas Riggs, a .470 hitter, 6 doubles, a triple, 9 home runs, 30 knocked in. And Riggs not able to hold up, according to the base umpire Eddie Larma after the check swing appeal. Trying to get through the rest of the bracket here. And there's a line drive, foul down the left field line, and the count 0-2. But #23 Flagstaff on the road at #10 Nogales. The winner of that game will face #7 Coconino. And then another interesting first-round matchup, maybe #18 Williamsfield at #15 Queen Creek. The winner of that one will face #2 Greenway on Tuesday. No balls, 2 strikes on Dallas Riggs. Christian McKay next for the Bears. 2-1 SaberCats, the 0-2. And a ground ball could get him out of the inning. Lagusis over, sets his feet, throws. Safe at first base. Took too much time getting rid of the baseball. It's an infield base hit. And the SaberCats give up the tying run here in the top of the 3rd inning as the Bears tie it. An RBI infield single.
Now batting the first baseman, #8, Christian McKay.
Now McKay aboard, or at the plate rather, with Riggs at first base. It's a decision there as an infielder as to what you want to do. If you set your feet, it's a stronger throw. If you don't, it's a quicker throw. And Lagusis decided to try to set his feet there and get a little more on the throw, and it just took too much time as Riggs got down the line. McKay takes strike 1. Riggs 5 for 5 in steals on the year. Well, that one not close. Adams had to reach up for that one to keep it from going to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike to count in the bottom, make it the top of the third inning. 2-2 our score. The 1-1 pitch. And that's hit pretty well out to left field, but Bloom there. And he'll put it away to retire the side. Bradshaw Mountain with some 2-out magic as they get a triple and a single after 2 are out in the inning. They score once on 2 hits and leave 1. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Bears 2 and the SaberCats 2. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for the SaberCats at the bottom of the third inning. Turner Lace leads off and takes a breaking ball from Jeremy Moyer outside for ball 1. Now the 1-0. That's low for a ball, 2-0. Turner batting .366 on the season, .360 actually I think it is. 5 doubles, a triple, and 23 knocked in. He had an infield base hit his first time up.
There you go, Turner. Do some landscaping.
And that pitch misses for a ball, 3-0.
Hey, do some landscaping out there.
And the 3-0 pitch. And that's over the outside corner, a strike, 3-1.
Boy, go to work.
Brett Adams, Matt Mara next for the SaberCats. The 3-1 pitch. And a fly ball out to shallow right. Sharp coming in. Going to be a long run. He's not going to get to it, and it's a leadoff base hit for the SaberCats. Well, I thought that ball had enough altitude on it that the right fielder might have a chance to get there, but maybe shaded a little bit into the alley in right center field.
Catcher, number 5, Brett Adams.
So a base hit for Lace, his second of the ball game, and he's on at first for Brett Adams. Brett batting .400, 20 doubles, 22 RBI. And that one fouled out of play. Adams with those 20 doubles, and you know, depending on what else has gone on around the state of Arizona, it'll all get tabulated. And there's a high fly ball out to left field. That's going to send Irwin back. He's under it though, and he makes the catch as Lace will retreat to first base. And the first down recorded. The batter will be Matt Mara, but once all the numbers come in, it'll be interesting to see because the state record for doubles in either 4A or Division II is 20. And we know that because Austin Anderson tied that record 2 years ago, back in 2011. And Adams with 20 this year. And that, you know, I guess kind of assuming as we got to throw to first, assuming that no one else has gone better than that this year, which of course is possible. It'll be interesting to see how that shakes out if in fact he does end up amongst the all-time leaders. And a swing and a miss, great jump there for Lace, and he'll get into second base on the steal. For Turner, his 7th steal of the year. And Matt Mara down a strike. Matt hitting .385, 6 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. He's knocked in 18. The 1-strike pitch. And a ground ball over the right side. That'll get the runner up to third base as the throw is on to first in time. Mara grounds out 4-3.
Now batting the left fielder, number 11.
As Lace goes to third base, and now the batter is Michael Bloom. Bloom hitting .395. He's got 6 doubles and a triple, also 1 home run. make it 19 RBI in the season. He had an infield hit his first time up and came around to score. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the third, first round of the Division II baseball state playoffs. And Moyer with a pitch, and that's called a ball. Now Moyer with the set of the 1-0 pitch. That's outside, maybe low. 2 balls and no strikes. Lace at third with 2 outs, bottom of the third. The 2-0 pitch. And Bloom had a good swing there, but only able to manage to foul it off there, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 on Bloom. Shane Stansbury in the on-deck circle for the SaberCats. And time called. And they pitch and a hard ground ball. Pins it short, bobbles, picks it up, throws, and safe at first. An E6 and an unearned run for the SaberCats puts them back in front as Saguaro leads 3-2.
Batting for Saguaro, the third baseman, number 19, Shane Stansberry.
Now Bloom on at first base with 2 outs, a run in for the SaberCats. And as I said, an unearned run. You can't fault Moyer there as he got that ground ball that should have got him out of the inning. Runner goes, a swing and a miss, throw from the knees to second base, not nearly in time. So Bloom with a steal, that's his 11th of the year. And now he's in scoring position. The one strike going to take off again. The pitch high, the throw goes to third, and that's going to go into left field, and that's going to bring a run in. Stolen base and an E2, and the SaberCats, once they get a runner on base, really putting the pressure on, and Bradshaw Mountain not handling it here in the early going. The 0-2, and that's fouled out of play. Two runs in for the SaberCats here in the third inning as they lead 4-2. And Moyer to the line, the 0-2. And that's low for a ball. Stansberry batting .237, 7 doubles, a triple. He's knocked in 12. And a swing and a miss down on strikes to end the inning, but the SaberCats score a couple of unearned runs in the third inning. They do it on 1 hit, and there were 2 errors in the inning and no runners left on after 3 innings of play from Saguaro. It's the SaberCats 4 and the Bears 2. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Bradshaw Mountain in the fourth inning. Brent Elvis leads off and takes high for ball 1. He had a base hit his first time up, batting .327 on the season, 4 doubles, 4 triples, and a home run. He's knocked in 26. Yeah, the next pitch low for a ball, 2-0. Elvis with a base hit his first time up. And now a swing and a miss, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Foul back, out of play, and it's 2-2. A survey with a 2-2, and time called. The 2-2. And a slow ground ball. That's foul on the outside of the third base line there. We stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now it's win or go home the first 2 rounds here. The winner advances to play Sunny Slope on Tuesday. And a ground ball foul on the first base side. And then that second round is still win or go home. The loser is eliminated. The winner goes on then, and then the final 8 teams play a double elimination tournament from that point. And that ball hammered out to left field. Bloom going back, and great catch in left by Bloom. That ball came off the bat, thought it might get over his head, but Bloom able to go back, and he gets the catch for the first down of the inning. And the batter is Denny Bradley.
Now batting the designated hitter.
Bradley, the DH, he struck out swinging back in the second inning, hitting .281 with a double and 9 knocked in. But that was the alignment, the bracket setup, I think, that the coaches tried to put in place. That ball hit down the left field line. It's going to be a long run, and if it's fair, it's trouble. But and a long strike off the bat of Bradley. So you get a little bit of wiggle room, I guess you'd say, once you get down to the 8 teams, because it is double elimination. So it's not it's not a desperate situation right off the bat, and that if you lose a game, you can still get back to play in the championship. Now the 0-1. That's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out, bases empty, top of the 4th inning. Bradshaw Mountain trailing Saguaro 4-2. That came in, and that sounded like that got the elbow maybe of Bradley. And he gets down to first base, and he's going to come off. They're going to check on him. That was looked like it was off the back of the elbow, perhaps, for Bradley. That ball going to be inside off the glove of Adams, and that'll get the runner to second base as Bradley leaves the ball game. Cody Sharp, who he was DHing for, is now in as the runner. A wild pitch moves the runner to second base. Ball 1 on pins, batting .354 on the year, 6 doubles, a triple. He knocked in his 21st run of the game on a fielder's choice back in the second. He takes high, 2-0. The 2-0, and that one fouled to the backstop, and it's 2-1. Top of the 4th inning from Saguaro High School. SaberCats leading the Bears 4-2. Again, that was our final score when the two teams played back on March 12th. Meserve turns back to second. No middle infielders anywhere in the area, so that's Nick just trying to keep that runner close to second. Now the 2-1. Popped up, first base side, that'll get out of play, and it counts 2-2. 2-2 on pins. Jeremy Moyer, the pitcher next for Bradshaw Mountain. And the 2-2. And another one fouled out of play. Pins was at the plate in the second inning. He had runners at first and second. He hit a hard shot out to center field. Another one fouled off. That Luke Eichste came in kind of indecisive, I think, trying to come in hard to catch the ball on the fly, and then ended up having to make a pretty nice play to keep the ball from getting by him. But that allowed him to throw out the runner going from first to second on a force play. And that took away the base hit and turned it into a fielder's choice for Pins. He's fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches and now up there with a 3-2 count. And the 3-2. That's popped up and playable in foul territory. First base side, it's Mara. And he lost it there in the sun. So an opportunity here for the Bears as they get a little bit of new life. And we'll see if Pence can take advantage here. He'll come back with another 3-2 count. Another 3-2, and that's ball 4. So Pins works the walk, and he'll go to first base. Second walk given up by Meserve, also a hit batter. And now time called from the SaberCat dugout. We play in the top of the 4th inning, 4-2 Saguaro. Jeremy Moyer at the plate for the Bears. Takes the first one low for a ball. He struck out swinging his first time up. Batting .375 on the year with a couple of doubles and 7 knocked in. That pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. It's a small roster for Bradshaw Mountain. Just 13 players on the roster for the Bears. Ball foul back and out of play, and the count 1-2. Cody Sharp running at second base after his designated hitter Denny Bradley was hit by a pitch in the elbow. Had to leave the ball game. Boy, on the appeal, did not go around. It looked like the plate umpire started to point to the hitter and caught himself, decided to pawn it off on his partner as to whether or not he went around. Now the 2-2. That's over, strike three, and Moyer, not able to pull the trigger there. That's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, DJ Irwin.
Strikeout number 3 on the day for Nick Maservi. And now we'll go after the number 9 hitter, DJ Irwin, a .227 hitter, 3 doubles, a triple, and 7 knocked in. And the first 1-2, Irwin misses for ball 1. DJ with a ground out his first time up. 2 aboard, 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. Bears down 4-2. First round of the Division II Baseball State Playoffs. Number 21, Bradshaw Mountain. Number 12, Saguaro. And a swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. The set of the 1-1 pitch. Boy, a called strike, and it's 1-2. Now we've seen Moyer get a couple of those calls. Maservi's had a couple now too. So I guess if it's the same for both sides, you can't have too much in the way of complaints. Runner from second takes off, and the ball hit into left center field. Diving is Bloom, and he got it in left field. What a play for Michael Bloom. That takes away a base hit and a run at least for the Bears. Bloom lays out to make the catch to end the Bradshaw Mountain 4th inning. No runs, no hits. A walk, a hit batter, throw in an error, 2 runners left on, and after 3.5, it's still the Bears trailing the SaberCats by a score of 4-2. Bottom third of the order for Saguaro in the bottom of the 4th inning. Stephen Gifford, the DH, leads off. And going after the first one, fouls it out of play over the third base side, and that's strike 1. Gifford batting .333. He's got 5 doubles and a home run. He's knocked in 15. The 1-strike pitch and a breaking ball, and that's hit down the left field line. That might be trouble. Irwin coming in. It's into foul territory, and he's not able to bring it in. Long run for him there.
Nice hustle out there, left fielder. Nice hustle.
So no balls and 2 strikes as Gifford makes his way back. 2 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors for Bradshaw Mountain. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Saguaro. Gifford back in there. And Moyer to the line in the 0-2. Now it's not close. Try to go to the fastball to get Gifford a chase. Now 1-2 on Gifford. Luke Eichste, JT Nettleton will follow for the SaberCats. The 1-2. Now just missed inside. Just about got Gifford on the sleeve there, it looked like, and then dropped over, but just missed the inside corner. And Moyer back to it, the kick and the 2-2. Boy, that looked pretty good. Call the ball, and it's 3-2. And Gifford trying to lead off the inning successfully here for the SaberCats, and he will. Ball 4, and a walk begins the SaberCat 4th inning. Now it's the 3rd inning in a row now that the SaberCats have had the leadoff hitter aboard. The first 2 times they got that guy around to score, as Wyatt Fortney will run at first base for the SaberCats. That is a pinch runner for Saguaro. And the batter will be Luke Eichste. Luke batting .211, a sophomore with 2 doubles and a triple. He's knocked in 7 actually. He got an RBI base hit his first time up today. Fortney with the lead, and a snap throw to first, and he dives back. Figure Eichste's bunting here, and another throw to first base. Fortney in limited time of the season 2 for 2 and still on bases. And Eichste takes the first one low for ball 1. And we'll see if the bunt stays on here. Eichste awaits instead of throw to first. Might have got him over there. Boy, that's close. And Fortney just gets back.
Third time's a charm, baby. Olive oil's got better curves than you.
And the next pitch misses for a ball, 2-0. I still don't understand if you're going to sacrifice here, and now you've already shown that that's what you're going to do, or that at least you want to do. If you're going to do that again, why not square early to get that bunt down? 2-0 pitch, bunted, third base side, but foul. And that's what happens if you don't get the bat out, get squared around in time, try to bunt that ball, and you end up kind of stabbing at it, not able to put it into fair territory, and the count goes to 2-1. Fortney running for Gifford over at first base with the lead as Moyer sets. He'll throw to first base again, and Wyatt's back once more. Bottom of the 4th inning, 4-2 Saguaro with the leadoff hitter on. Pitch taken low, 3-1.
Come on, 15, let's get it here.
The 3-1 pitch. And that ball bunted foul as it hit Eichste in the batter's box, and they count 3-2. So Sabercats not able to get the bunt down. They got one down in the 2nd inning that resulted in a throwing error, but then with 1st and 2nd tried another bunt, couldn't get it done. There's a tapper back, and that might be trouble here. Pins charges, he'll throw on the run. That's a nice play to get Eichste at first base. He's out by a step. But they, once again, the job done. It's kind of like what I was getting to with Stephen Gifford. He was up there with 2 aboard, couldn't get the bunt down on a couple of foul balls, had to swing away, and was able to move the runners up with a ground out. Eichste does the same here with his ground out. So Fortney at second base with 1 out for JT Nettleton. JT hitting .293, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 5 RBI. He reached on an error his first time up. 4-2 Sabercats in the bottom of the 4th. And that'll hit Nettleton. Took a breaking ball off the leg. And that'll put runners at 1st and 2nd, and a pinch hitter as we get to the top of the order. It'll be Ryan McGill, pinch hitting for Ben Lagusis.
Your attention, batting for Saguaro.
And timeout called, and coming from the Bradshaw Mountain dugout as we play in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 aboard and 1 out for the Sabercats. Saguaro leading 4-2. So pitching change for Bradshaw Mountain here in the 4th as Tony Pins is on to pitch. And he gets a breaking ball over to Ryan McGill for strike 1. McGill batting .259 with a double and 3 RBI. The 1-strike pitch. And that's bounced in. And now the runner's going to try to go, and that throws batted into center field. And a run comes in. Boy, Fortney got a good jump in initial read, then tried to slam on the brakes. Riggs clutched, and Mike's able to go to 3rd, and then the throw goes into center field. So it goes a wild pitch. And error number 5 on the day for the Bears. Throw to 1st and close over there at first base. The 1-1 and a ground ball over to third base. They'll go to second for the first out, on to first base. And that's a double play as McGill hits into a 5-4-3 double play to end the SaberCats' fourth inning. But the SaberCats get a run after 4 innings of play. Saguaro leads 5-2. Top of the order as we begin the 5th inning, and Stephen Wright on to pitch. And the first pitch to Brian Villagran over for strike 1. So Nick Maservi out after 4 innings for Saguaro. And there's a line shot foul, third base side, and it's 0-2. No record for Stephen Wright, 3 saves on the season, an ERA of 1.85, making his 11th appearance. He's thrown 11 in the 3rd innings. The 0-2 bounced in there, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the 11 and the 3rd, he's allowed 10 hits, 3 walks, 14 strikeouts. Going to ground the leadoff hitter for Bradshaw Mountain in the 5th inning, 0 for 2 on the day. A fly out to Eichste in center and to Bloom in left. And a breaking ball hit on the ground to Turner Lace. And the throw on to first base. The leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. And the batter is Brody Clifford. Now the unofficial line for Nick Maservi goes 4 innings, allows 3 hits, 2 runs both earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit battery through 81 pitches. Now Clifford. And the first one to Brody low for ball 1. Clifford grounded out in the 1st inning. He tripled and scored in the 3rd. The 1-0 pitch. And that's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. And the line and the 1-1. It's over the outside corner, near it anyway, for a strike, and it's 1-2. And right with a 1-2 pitch. Nice breaking ball down in the dirt there. Adams will step in front and threw a bullet down to first base. So a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout, and there's 2 away for Dallas Riggs. It's been a while since we've seen Stephen Wright. His last appearance was the home game against Paradise Valley a couple of weeks back. And a hard shot. Lace knocks it down, but he's got time. And a smart heads-up play there to field that ground ball and throw the strike to first base. And Wright comes in and gets a 3-up, 3-down 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Bradshaw Mountain trailing Saguaro 5-2. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Saguaro, bottom of the 5th inning. And Turner Lace takes outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That's way outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Now pins back to the line of the 2-0 pitch. That's over the outside corner, a strike. 2-1. Pins a junior right-hander. 3-2 on the season. A 4.20 earned run average, making his 15th appearance of the year. Breaking ball bounced in, 3-1. He's gone 30 innings for the Bears, 24 hits allowed, 12 walks, 30 strikeouts. We'll get you the line for Bradshaw Mountain starter in a moment here. The 3-1 pitch is fouled out of play down the right field side, and it's 3-2. Moyer unofficially for the Bears goes 3 1/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 5 runs, but only 2 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. He threw 67 pitches. And time called. Lace with an infield single in the 1st, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 3rd. The 3-2 pitch. And that's low ball 4. And once again, the SaberCats in business here. Leadoff hitter with an infield single, scored in the second. A single to start the third, that runner scored. And a walk to begin the fourth, that runner came around. The SaberCats leading 5-2 in the bottom of the fifth inning. You got to figure that they are looking to add on here. But with Adams at the plate, I don't know that they'll go to the bunt here. We'll see. He's swinging away, and he takes a curveball over for strike one. Middle infielder's pinched a little bit toward the bag, trying to turn a double play as the throw goes to first and Turner back. Here's Pens with the set and the pitch. And Adams goes around, and it's strike two. Nothing in two on Adams. Matt Mara next for Saguaro. And Penn's going to throw to first again. Laced only a step or two off the bag. A lot of movement in the infield after Pence came into pitch, by the way. We just didn't get a chance to get it to you after got that double play, ground ball to end the inning in the fourth. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Adams strikes out, and that's out number one in the fifth. The batter, Matt Mara. But with Pence coming in to pitch, Moyer goes to first base. That pushes McKay to second, and Villagrán to shortstop. One on, one out for Matt Mara. And again to throw to first. And the first one to Mara, high and outside, ball one. And that bounced into a fielder's choice to end the first inning, and he grounded out in the third. 0 for 2 on the day. Bradshaw Mountain got the scoring started as they scored one in the top of the second inning. Saguaro came back with two in the bottom of the inning. Swing and a miss. Runner goes to throw to second base, and not in time. So Lace with his second steal of the day and his 8th of the season. Ball and a strike on Mara, now trying to move that runner around. Breaking ball outside, 2 balls and a strike. Anyway, Saguaro then scored 2 in the bottom of the second inning to go up 2-1. The Bears got a run back in the third inning to even it at 2. Saguaro scored twice in the bottom of the third to go up 4-2. They added another one in the bottom of the fourth to lead 5-2, and that's where we're at in the bottom of the fifth. That one's grooved down the middle there, 2-2. Runner at second base with 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. And the turn back to second, but no play. Pens with a set and the pitch. Lace takes off, and the ball fouled back. Lace with a huge jump out there, but and Mara's got a swing there with 2 strikes. Less than 2, and you figure he probably takes the pitch, even if it's down the middle, give Lace third base. But again, with 2 strikes, he's got to protect. The 2-2 bounced in there. That'll get away, and that'll get Lace to third base. So the wild pitch, Riggs able to block it, but squirted away from him over to the first base side, and that allows Lace to get to third. And now 3-2, and the Bears bring the infield in. Pence works out of the windup. And a 3-2 pitch. And that one fouled back. Mara right on it, sending it back to the backstop. And another 3-2. And another foul ball. So Maris fouled off 3 different 2-strike pitches. And that'll miss for ball 4, and Mara walks. Now Michael Bloom with runners at the corners. As Penn steps off, get a pinch runner for the SaberCats at first base in place of Matt Maris. Cayman Berg runs at first. And the first one to Bloom just low for ball 1. Bloom with an infield base hit and a run scored in the second. He reached on an error, stole a couple of bases, and scored a run in the third. Throw to first base. And again, the runner back. Saguaro leading 5-2, batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. They've got first and third with only 1 out. Sure want to take advantage and get one more run in, at least here in the 5th inning. You get that runner to third base and only 1 out. Got to find a way to get him in. Pitch is high for ball 2, 2-0. 2 walks in the inning for Penns as the SaberCats have not put a ball in play yet in the inning. 2 walks and a strikeout. And now time call. Now the pace of the game sure changes once you get into the playoffs. You start getting runners on base and things really slow down. Fake to third, look to first, no play. 2-0 on Bloom. Shane Stansbury next for the SaberCats. This is number 21 Bradshaw Mountain and number 12 Saguaro. The winner will face number 5 Sunny Slope on Tuesday. The pitch high for a ball, 3-0, and that's a pretty tough second round draw. The Vikings number 5 seeded, but they are the defending Division II baseball state champions. The 3-0. And that hit him. Would have been ball 4, but it hit Bloom on the way in anyway. And that'll load the bases. And the batter will be Shane Stansbury. So Penns came in
number 19, Shane Stansbury,
with a runner at first base and 1 out in the 4th inning. Only had to throw 3 pitches and got a double play to get out of the inning. But now a walk, a strikeout, another walk, a wild pitch thrown in there, plus a hit batter. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for the SaberCats and a Bradshaw Mountain timeout. Yeah, the first pitch. Swing and a miss there for Shane Stansbury. Bradshaw Mountain's got a left-hander throwing in their bullpen as Cody Johns is trying to get loose, and they're going to get him going in a hurry over there. The 1-strike pitch, and that's over the outside corner. It's 0-2. Boy, again, you're in that situation. You got to put the ball in play here. Penns working out of the windup. And a 2-strike pitch. And that's low for a ball, and it's 1-2. Stansbury with a sacrifice. Reached on an E1 back in the 2nd inning, then he struck out to end the 3rd. The 1-2 pitch. And a high chopper. That's going to get the run in. The out goes to second base. The throw to first. Not going to be in time. So a fielder's choice scores the run as Stansbury knocks in his 13th run of the season. Lace scores to make it 6-2. And so Mara's pinch runner aboard at third base, and Stansbury on at first with 2 outs in the inning. The batter, Stephen Gifford, who was grounded out and walked and scored. And they wanted to make the announcement there to get Gifford back into the ballgame as he was lifted for a pinch runner, Wyatt Fortney, back in the 4th. And now that his spot comes back around again, they announce him to re-enter the ballgame. So Gifford bats with 2 on and 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning, a run in for the SaberCats as they lead 6-2, and there's a swing and a miss, strike 1. The runner takes off early here. And now they call the balk, I believe. And so no play here, and that'll get the run in. And so that'll bring another run in to make it 7-2 SaberCats here in the bottom of the 5th. So the run in as Mira's pinch runner Berg scores. I think the only argument maybe isn't really whether or not it was a block, that why it wasn't more emphatically called. So the SaberCats get a second run in here in the 5th inning. And they lead 7-2. Turn back and a little snap tag down there. Stansbury with the lead off second. Pins with a set. And the pitch. And that misses outside to Gifford, and it's 1-1. This little lull here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-2 our score. And a ground ball over to the right side. Pins will pick it up, and he'll take it all the way to first base on his own to end the inning. A one unassisted ground out of Gifford ends the 5th inning, but 2 more runs in for the SaberCats in the 5th, and after 5 innings of play, they lead 7-2. Middle third of the order, and Stephen Wright hits Christian McKay with the first pitch. And McKay goes to first base.
Leadoff hitter was number 8, Christian McKay. Now batting, the third baseman, number 11, Brent Drabelis.
Now Drabelis with the leadoff hitter aboard at first. And the first one fouled back, out of play. No balls in his strike here in the top of the 6th inning with the leadoff hitter aboard at first base to the 0-1. And a hard hit ball to Lace. Taylor made double play out at second. Throw a little bit low, but Mara picks it out at first base. And I think got a player ejected on the slide out at second base. So McKay has been ejected from the ball game. And he might not be the only one to go here, as Coach Clifford's out to talk to the plate umpire, Tony Mercado. And we'll see how long he stays in the ball game. He's going to keep following Mercado back toward home plate. And I think he's probably on a mission now. So Clifford now going to talk to the guy that ejected him, and that was the base umpire, Eddie Larma. Either way, it's a double play, but then to add a little insult to injury there, it's an ejection on top of it. Coach Dyer does the right thing, too, I think, to come out of the SaberCat dugout here. They cannot afford to have anybody ejected, especially if they advance here. Different if, if your season ends today, but Saguaro can't afford to have anybody tossed, going into a elimination game on Tuesday.
Right fielder, number 19, Cody Sharp.
So it was a 6-4 force to retire McKay, and then Drabelbas thrown out at first base. 6-4-3 on the double play. And a swing and a miss for Bradley, strike one. Clearly McKay took exception to being hit by the pitch from Wright to begin the inning. And then, whether or not it was aggressive out there at second base, that's what the umpires get paid to decide. As Bradley then trying to bunt, and actually I beg your pardon, it's not Bradley, but Cody Sharp. As Bradley had to leave the game after being hit by a pitch in the fourth inning. So Sharp batting for the first time down 0-2 and taps one foul on the third base side. Sharp batting just 188 with a double and 7 knocked in. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 6th inning. SaberCats leading Bradshaw Mountain 7-2. It's been dicey here the last couple of innings. A breaking ball high, and it's 1-2.
Go, Cody Sharp, go get one right now, huh?
Stephen Wright in his second inning of work, and a swing and a miss, gets a strikeout, and that ends the 6th inning for the Bears. We go to the bottom of inning number 6. It's Saguaro 7 and Bradshaw Mountain 2. 8-9-1 in the order for Saguaro in the home half of the 6th inning. And Luke Eichste takes high for ball 1 from a new Bradshaw Mountain pitcher, Cody Johns, on to pitch the 6th. And next one high, 2-0. Penn stays in the ballgame and takes over at second base after McKay was ejected in the top of the 6th. The 2-0 pitch. That's high for a ball, 3-0. Jones 2-1 on the season, an ERA of 6.5. 7 appearances prior to today, 20 in a third innings pitched. 17 hits allowed. And that one nowhere close. So a 4-pitch walk to Eichste to begin the 6th. And the batter will be JT Nettleton. 17 hits allowed, though, for Jones, 24 walks and 35 strikeouts.
JT Nettleton.
So he's averaging more than 2 base runners an inning. 17 hits and 24 walks in 20 and a third innings pitched. JT Nettleton at the plate. And a step and a throw, and that one nearly got away over at first base. Moyer had to make a nice play. Figure they throw over to first base to see if Nettleton tips his hand here. 7-2 the score in the 6th. And the first pitch over for a strike. I'm a little bit surprised maybe that Saguaro doesn't continue just try to add on here. They scored 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Why not just keep going on that trend here? And by that I'm saying sacrifice the guy to second base. Breaking ball high, and it's 1-1. We see Eichste clever over there with the base running at first base. Just as John started to hang that right leg, he took a jab step towards second. Cody had to hold a little bit longer and threw off his motion to the plate. Now the 1-1. Going quick this time, and a check swing and a foul ball out of play. And the count 1-2. Seven to Saguaro, bottom of the 6th inning. SaberCats 3 outs away from advancing to the 2nd round. The 1-2. And a foul ball straight back. That one was elevated and up out of the strike zone. But you can't really fault a hitter there with 2 strikes. You want to not take strike 3, and so instead going after one that might be a little bit out of the strike zone and foul it off, give you a chance to see another pitch and a throw to first base. And in trouble, Eichste, and the ball comes out. Safe the call at second base. Villagran not able to hang on as he tried to apply that tag to Eichste, sliding in head first. A ball and 2 strikes to count with a runner at second now for Nettleton, and the pitch. And that hits JT, and he'll go to first base. Yeah, obviously not trying to hit him there with a 1-2 count. And so Nettleton aboard at first, 2 on with nobody out for Ben Lagousas.
Second baseman number 14, Ben Lagousas.
Lagusis was pinch hit for in the 4th inning, but came right back in the top of the 5th to play second base. So it's his spot of the order, and he's up with 2 aboard. And I would think now for sure you're bunting with Lagusis up there who handles the bat so well. With nobody out in the inning, you got to bunt here. He's not showing it though, and he takes high for ball 1. And it's not that, Saguaro's content with a 5-run lead. Now the bunt on, it's pushed hard towards second base. Pins throws to first, and it's in time. And I don't know for sure that was even a sacrifice. I think that was Lagusis trying to bunt for a base hit, but it'll go as a sacrifice in the book. But again, I don't think that's what it was. By the way, he was pushing that ball. He was trying to bunt it hard past the pitcher, Johns. So 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Turner Lace coming to the plate, and the Bears will have to bring the infield in here, down 7-2 with 1 out in the 6th. Lace with a couple of hits plus a walk. Going after the first one, fouls it back out of play. Strike 1. Eichste at third, Nettleton at second with 1 out for the SaberCats in the 6th. The set of the 1 strike pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, that's about the first pitch from Johns that's been below the thigh at all. Everything has been up. Now way ahead here, 0-2. Will he go to the breaking ball? Nope, fouled back. The risk here going to that breaking ball with the only 1 out of the inning and that runner at third base. Well, regardless of how many outs, but with the runner at third, you go to that breaking ball, throw it in the dirt, and you're a wild pitch away from having another run come in. Got to really trust and rely on your catcher, in this case, Dallas Riggs. Now time called. Johns another 0-2. And there it is, bounced in for a ball and blocked by Riggs. And they count 1-2. SaberCats lead by 5. They scored in 4 straight innings after being held scoreless in the first. 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. And trying to add more in the 6th inning, another one down in the dirt, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That's low for a ball, 3-2. Brett Adams next for the SaberCats. And the 3-2. And that's hammered into the alley in right center field. That's going to go all the way to the fence, and that's going to plate a couple runs for Saguaro. Lace going to turn around second base. He'll go to third. The relay throw is cut off. 2-run triple for Turner Lace, and it's 9-2 SaberCats. And Adams going after the first one. That's going to get another run in. The throw on to first base. An RBI ground out for Brad Adams. Two away in the inning, but 3 across in the 6th to make it 10-2. And now the batter, Matt Mara. For Lace, by the way, his second triple of the season, RBIs 24 and 25. For Adams, the RBI ground out, his 23rd RBI of the season, as Matt Mara takes strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. And that's fouled out of play on the right side. And it's 0-2. That was a towering fly ball, but well foul out of play. The 0-2. And a ground ball out to short. Yielded there, and the throw to first base, and that'll do it. Saguaro had some insurance, 3 times scoring in the 6th inning. And we go to the 7th, 10-2 SaberCats. Bottom third of the order for Bradshaw Mountain as we start the 7th inning. Tony Penns leads off. And he'll take a fastball high for ball 1. Penns, Moyer, and Irwin scheduled to hit here in the 7th inning. The 1-0 pitch. That's low for a ball, 2-0. Nick Maservi went the front 4 for the SaberCats, allowed 2 runs and 3 hits. Stephen Wright's gone 2 innings rather, and he's faced the minimum. A pitch over a strike, 2-1. He had a clean 3-up, 3-down inning in the 5th. Hit the first batter of the 6th, but got a double play and then a strikeout. So 6 hitters, 6 outs. The 2-1 pitch. High for a ball, 3-1. And time called. And right back to it, the 3-1 pitch. On the inside corner, a strike, 3-2. So we're looking for a nice, quiet 7th inning here for a couple of reasons. And a tapper up the middle. Agusa's going to charge. Backhand bobbles, no play. Infield base hit. And so Penns aboard at first base. And the batter, Jeremy Moyer. I think kind of the thing about it is, you for sure don't want to let Bradshaw Mountain have very much momentum here in the inning. The other thing is you don't want to have to use another pitcher here. And if that pitch is over for a strike, if Wright can get it done here in the 7th inning, then SaberCats have to use just 2 pitchers to get through today, and that keeps a lot more guys available come Tuesday. Ball fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. Because you figure, again, with Tuesday being an elimination game against number 5 Sunny Slope, you figure that the Vikings are going to throw their number 1 guy, and so you want to make sure you've got everybody available, or at least as many guys as possible. And the pitch count's where it's at, and kind of based on how the SaberCats have used Maservi as Moyer overmatched their strikes out for the first out of the inning. And it'll bring up DJ Irwin, but
left fielder number 15, DJ Irwin.
Figure with Maservi throwing 81 pitches, he's going to be available on Tuesday. Again, that's just kind of based on how the SaberCats have been able to use him over the last few weeks. And maybe a high strike there, but it is strike 1 on DJ Irwin. 1 on, 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Bears trailing the SaberCats 10-2. Now Wright with the set. And the 1-strike pitch. And that's, boy, somehow a fair ball. That almost looked like it bounced behind him and spun forward into fair territory. SaberCats asking if it hit something in the batter's box. And so another infield single for the Bears. That puts 2 aboard with 1 out of the batter, the leadoff hitter, Brian Villagran. Yeah, the first one to him outside for ball 1. Brian 0 for 3 today. Bullpen quiet for the SaberCats. Probably decided to shut everybody down after that 3-run 6th inning to open things up. At a fly ball into a left field foul territory, and Bloom gives chase but can't get to it. And that's strike 1. So a ball and a strike with a dangerous Brody Clifford on deck for Bradshaw Mountain. Bears needing a bunch of base runners, though, down 10-2, batting in the top of the 7th. Yeah, right. With the 1-1 pitch. And that's pulled foul down the left side, and it's 1-2. Here's Wright, ready again in the 1-2 pitch. And a breaking ball, that's hit pretty well, but Lace there, he'll step on the bag and throw to first base, and that'll do it. A double play ends the ball game as the SaberCats are victorious. Irwin out, 6 unassisted, and then a 6-3 double play to retire Villagrand for Bradshaw Mountain in the 7th inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 runner left on base, and we go final as Saguaro beats Bradshaw Mountain by a final score of 10-2. Totals on the ball game for Bradshaw Mountain: 2 runs on 5 hits. They commit 5 errors and leave 5 runners on base. For Saguaro, 10 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, 3 runners left on base. The winning pitcher is Nick Miservi. He goes to 4-6 on the season. Jeremy Moyer takes the loss for the Bradshaw Mountain Bears and falls to 3-1. With the win, the SaberCats move to 16-14 overall. Bradshaw Mountain finishes their 2013 season at 20 wins and 10 losses. And so that will do it. The SaberCats, by the way, then advance to the second round of the Division II Baseball State Playoffs, and that'll be at 4 o'clock on Tuesday when Saguaro travels to Sunny Slope to take on the Vikings. So that will do it here from Saguaro High School. Again, our final score: it's Saguaro 10 and Bradshaw Mountain 2. From Saguaro High School in Scottsdale, Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. We'll talk to you Tuesday afternoon at Sunny Slope High School.